Hello traders. This is Lot Trees here, SFR. So for a quick one, right? We are going to be talking about how to identify a valid break of structure, right? How to identify a valid break of structure. For newbies that doesn't know how to identify a valid break of structure, this video is going to be a very short video on how to know and how to identify that valid break of structure. Right now, let's go into the charts and show you guys how to identify a valid break of structure. Now, if you look at this zone now, right, this is, you find out that this low was taken out by a week, right? Now, what most of you newbies actually does is that you will think that this is a break of structure, while this is not a break of structure, right? And what do we actually call this? We call this a sweep of this low, right? This is a sweep before price finally came and break this high. Okay, so most of you always make mistake when it comes to identifying uh, your valid break of structure and your valid sweep. Okay, now as you have known now, anytime price break a low with a candle wick, know that it is not a break of structure. It is called a sweep. Why? Because price took out this low with a liquidity, with a candle wick, and not the body. Okay, so this is not a valid break of structure. This is just a sweep where price took out liquidity at this low. So this is called a sweep and not a break of structure. All right. Now, how do you identify a valid break of structure? A valid break of structure is said to be valid when a candle body breaks the low. Okay. Now, this is a valid break of structure. Okay. This is a valid break, right? This is called a valid break of structure. When a candle body breaks a high or a low, it is known as a valid break of structure. So that is it. So do not make mistake of, when you see a wick sweeping out a low or a high, you will think that it is a break of structure. No, it is just a sweep of that low or a sweep of that high. All right. So let's show another example right here. Let's look for another example. Okay. Now let's look at this one right here. Right. We have a break of structure here. Okay. And a break of structure right here. All right. Then a break of structure here. Okay. Now another one right here. Now let me delete this zone, right, this drawing right here. Another one right here. All right. Is this a break of structure or is this a sweep? Let me know in the comment section. Is this a break of structure or is this a sweep? Actually, if you look here, right, you can see that this is not a break of structure. This is just a sweep of this low. And why is it not a break of structure? Because there is no candle body that breaks this low. right? It's just the wick which swept out this liquidity right here. So this is not a break of structure. Now, what is the break of structure here? All right, let's draw it very well. This is called the valid. Let's draw the valid break here. You see it. This is the valid break of structure. Anytime you see something like this where the wick took out this low, then a where the wick took out this low, then the candle came again and break this low. Why the wick is still here? Just draw it. It is a break of structure, right? So this is how to identify a valid break of structure. All right. So let's show another one right here. I think I have another one right here. We have a break of structure right here. Okay, we have a break here. Then on this one right here, what do we see here? This is a sweep, and this is not a valid break. This is a sweep of this low before the change of character. All right, a sweep of this low before a change of character. Now, most of you usually do mistake when it comes to also identifying your change of character. All right, let me also touch that one. Now, if you look at this zone right here, you will see that this week swept this high. The same thing I talked on this one before. This is the same thing I said here. This week right here took out the week here. All right, making it an invalid break of structure. What do we call it? We call it a sweep and not a break of structure. Now, we have a sweep here, all right, and a change of character, right? Now, what makes this a valid change of character? What makes it a valid change of character is if a candle body breaks this high and not the wick. If a candle body breaks this high, it is called a change of character and not the wick. Let me show you guys an example. We have something like this. Okay, let's say that price is trending downward. Okay, all right. Good. Now, we have a sweep right here, right? Let's assume that this candle right here is a wick, all right? Now, a sweep right here, or it can be a break of structure, or it can also be a wick, right? But as far as you know how to identify a valid break of structure, you are good to go, right? So we have a sweep of this low, right? We have a sweep of this low, right? Then price came and did something like this, right? And broke this high with a candle body. Let's assume that this is the candle body, right? It broke this high with a candle body and not with a wick. If price only break here with a wick, then it is known as invalid change of character. Until price breaks this high with a candle body, then we can call it a change of character. So I hope you guys understand now.